awesome bottles like this to drink in front of you. It does kind of feel like when you get your food at a restaurant before everyone else.
Okay, yeah, no,
you know what I mean?
I feel like we definitely did that on this one. You know,
yeah.
like, oh, Russell's 13.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we got our food and everybody's just staring at you like, oh no, go ahead. Sorry, we had to just eat in front of you.
Welcome, everyone, to the Western Wisconsin Whiskey Emporium for ladies and gentlemen. I'm Eddie.
I'm Dan.
And we're the Deathless Dogs. This is an urgent priority review that we're doing today.
Russell's Reserve 13-year barrel proof.
I haven't seen it anywhere in the area yet.
We have to thank Emporium celebrity Uncle Dave for securing this bottle for us while on a trip through Michigan. He texted me and asked, what should I be looking for when I'm out here? Since he's from Minnesota, you're a whole state away, you know, there's going to be different stuff. He sent me a list of things that he was looking for, and I said, well, you should look for Russell's Reserve 13. That just came out. I don't even know if it's in Michigan or not, but it's not here yet, and I haven't seen anybody talk about it being in Minnesota yet either. And the first store he went to, he found it. They had one bottle of it. He said, well, it's $99.99. Which is over retail by about 20 to 30 bucks. I don't care.
Who cares about retail when we've got ourselves a Russell's 13?
Yeah, it's going secondary right now for like $300 to $500 in some cases. I'm not upset about paying $99.99 for a product that I'm pretty positive I'm going to really enjoy.
The Red Label Single Barrel is one of our favorites, I believe.
Well, all the Russell's line is fantastic. I mean, pretty much all the Wild Turkey line. I mean, everything they do, they're one of our favorite distilleries, really. When they announced that they were putting out this 13-year barrel proof, I was like, oh, it's almost like the rare breed of the Russell's line, you know, because if you kind of go one for one, you've got your Russell's 10 is like, you call it 101, your single barrel would be your Kentucky Spirit, and then you have your barrel proof rare breed. And rare breed being one of my favorites, it's like I want the brother bottle to the rare breed. And
when Dan announced that Uncle Dave grabbed us this bottle, I got my Everyday I'm Rustlin' t-shirt ready to go for this.
Even matches the bottle.
I know. I mean, this was by design.
We can't thank Uncle Dave enough for bringing this back for us. He then went to like 23 more stores and did not see a single bottle of it. And he figured like, oh, I'm going to be pulling down a bunch of them. If the first place I went, they had one. He grabbed the only one they had. But he may have grabbed the only bottle left in that entire area.
I'm surprised he didn't keep it for himself. We'll probably have to pour one out for him at some point.
Yeah, we'll get him. We'll get you some of it, Dave, of course. He also mentioned he wanted some sort of collage. He said, I feel like this is worthy of a collage. And I don't know what that meant, but he'd been driving for like 7 hours at that point.
Collage?
Yeah, he's like, I feel like this is collage worthy. And that was my response. A collage? He goes, yeah, like a collage. So
Uncle Dave must have picked up some of that legal stuff in Michigan, too.
Yeah, I don't know. It was
nice work.
It's a strange request, but I'll see if I can make it happen here. Give you the particulars on it. 13 years old, barrel proof, non-chill filtered, coming in at a 114.8 proof.
This is heart-pounding excitement right here for me. Yeah. I'm very excited to crack into this.
Yes.
Fresh bottle poppin'!
You popped it, you pour it.
That smell coming off that bottle is
oh great. Yeah, the cork is nice. I'm going like wine guy.
That is nice. Oaky.
Yeah, not aggressively so though. A little tobacco-y.
Got some of that caramel.
Very caramel, I would say. Plenty of caramel.
I was thinking like Carmelos.
A little chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever happened to those? I assume they still
around.
make them.
They're great.
That was like a thing in the 90s, though. Remember those commercials? Yeah. Stretch it out.
Stretch it out, chocolate and glowing caramel.
Yeah.
And then, like, you'd get the bar and, like, try to stretch it as long as you could before
I don't
it would
think
break.
they do commercials anymore, but, like, they're still around, and I think they're still pretty popular, but not, like, mid-90s popular.
That was their heyday.
Yeah.
They were, like, the grunge of candy bars.
I mean, it was a great era. You know what else is a smell in here that I'm almost getting? Grape flavoring.
Yeah. I can see that. Like a grape Laffy Taffy kind
I was thinking
thing.
like almost that like grape nerds smell.
Yeah.
There's a collage of smells.
Yeah, there is a collage.
Because I'm still getting oakiness. A A little bit of that chocolate caramel, some roastedness, but then like a prevailing theme, like when we opened the bottle initially, I think what I was getting was that grape candy, like a grape candy flavoring.
And that is making me lean towards that tobacco-y thing too. Like, we're in like blunt wrap territory.
Yes!
With that little tobacco-y with the grape. Yeah, I'd agree on grape.
Would you go white grape? No, we're talking purple grapes.
We're not even talking real grapes though. We're talking...
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Let's get into it. Clank them and drink them.
Wow. That goes on a journey.
That's different.
It's going very mellow at first, and then like I swallowed it even. I'm like, oh, that's super mellow, and all of a sudden the finish was like, ooh, like
light you on fire.
The backdraft. I caught a good bit of corn and oak on just the first sip.
I caught some of that like fruity sweetness that we had talked about in the smell.
Ooh, after tasting it, when I brought it back up to my nose, I was smelling like toffee, kind of.
To me, this is so much more intense than the regular Red Label Russell's Reserve.
Yeah. It is. It's that next level.
A lot of bitterness, too, I've noticed. Like, it still kind of lingers with that drying aspect that you're talking about. There is some of that sweet purple grape flavor, I think, in the taste as well.
It's like bitter oak, but also a chocolatey bitterness from that, you know, that's carrying over from the nose, that caramello thing you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think is coming through.
I'm not getting as much of the tobacco notes as I would typically in the Red Label.
Yeah, they're there, though.
There is a lot of staying power, and that hug is pretty substantial.
Versus a rare breed or Old Forester 1920, which are in that similar proof range. The finish on this is just enduring. It's still going on and on and on and on.
Yeah, the staying power is tremendous. This one isn't for the faint of heart.
It's really nice because there is a balance there, even in its aggressiveness. It has that sweetness to start you out and then gets bitter on the back end, and then that finish just keeps you warm. It's got every kind of aspect.
There is some roasted coffee notes or something along that line that kind of comes through on the back of my tongue.
That's what I was calling that, like, dark chocolatey bitter, because I feel like dark chocolate and coffee are pretty...
Yeah,
they're pretty close.
Interchangeable.
Yeah. Yeah, if you let it hang out a while, right when I swallowed it, I got that fruity hit.
It almost looks like you got a little teary in your eyes.
I might.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, very roasty, a dark toffee kind of thing. Like maybe a toffee that's a little overdone.
I actually chewed on that a little bit ago just to do it, you know, just kind of...
Yeah.
And now I feel like my gums are on fire.
Oh yeah, when I was letting it hang out, yeah, my gums are lit up.
This whiskey here does not play around. A burly boy.
Very good. From start to finish, from smell to finish, it's delivering for me.
Would you say that every day you're rustling?
I'd like to. Yeah, I like this a lot. I would buy this again, even at the over retail price. Another classic from the Russell's Reserve line, really. They don't have a bad one. I know some people aren't really big on the 10-year, and the 10-year is not, like, fantastic, but for its price, it lives in a good spot.
This drink's hotter than a lot of the single barrel Knob Creeks that I have back there, and those come in at 120.
Those are 120, yeah.
Very, very hot, very high octane. However, there is a lot of flavors to unpack here.
Yeah, even that last sip, it's changing. You know, as it evolves and sits here and opens up. I think even we come back to this a week or two from now, it's going to taste different right out of the bottle. Like,
but I think it's still going to be great.
It's you know, it's those barrel proofs do benefit from opening up, and if it's already this good, it's going to be
even better.
Even better.
I'm excited
when we come back to it.
At $99.99, I too would buy it again. If you didn't know already.
Fantastic. I'd say if you see this on a shelf, you're going to want to pick it up. You probably already know that if you're watching this video. It's kind of been the talk of the town ever since it started showing up.
Have you had Russell's 13 or any of the other Russell's line? What's your favorite? Do you agree with our opinions on Russell's 13? Let us know in the comments.
If you haven't yet, hit like on the video, hit subscribe on the channel. Those subscriptions took a big jump in the last 2 weeks. Thank you guys so much for showing up and liking what we're doing. And those numbers are, I imagine, taking a jump because people are liking the videos. And then that puts us in front of more eyes and we continue to grow. We're going into July. This is the last video of June. Those of you who have followed us on Facebook remember last year. it's Jill Rye. You know, we drink ryes through the month of July because rhyming is fun. And this year we've got a King of the Rye tournament with 8 bottles from our shelves. They're going up in blind battles, and we're going to determine the king of the 8 bottles of rye we own that weren't open yet, basically.
And we're bringing in guest judges from the lacrosse community.
And we'll also be dropping some other stuff throughout the month of July, too, that's new. So hit subscribe. We're coming at you a bunch throughout the month of July.
From the Western Wisconsin Whiskey Emporium for ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Every day we are rustling. We'll be rustling in spirit next week with another video. Probably not drinking. What if we just drank this again next week?
This is so good, we're going
Rust
back.
Reserve 13 Part 2.